All right, hello everyone. Welcome to Midweek Gaming. I'm Nick. That's Justin over there on the games, providing wonderful gameplay as usual. I don't know why I'm so excited about that fact. It's a wonderful gameplay, anyways.
Yes.
And of course, his dry humor. Of course, it's just yes. Anyways,
It is what it is.
it's what it is. Yes, indeed it is. So today we'll be doing a bit shorter of a video. Well, so I'll point that out right out of the gate. Today's topic will actually be something I love to rail on whenever possible. EA. I love to rail at EA because who doesn't, right? Specifically, the fact that recently it has reached our ears that apparently EA, as of last week, laid off about 800 jobs. So, but 800 of their employees just got the axe right there. And the funny part is, what made this really interesting is that this was just after they reported major profits. So, you know, it is interesting to hear a company say, we are doing better than we've ever done, and then promptly axe half their workforce. It sends a bit of mixed messages, and wouldn't you say, Justin?
Just a couple. Just a couple. You know, who doesn't enjoy mixed messaging?
The funny part about, like I said, all this is, and again, this is an article that you can link in the comments below, that has been linked in the comments below for ease of reading. But basically, like I said, they axed after reporting major profits, about 800 workers, which is, like I said, quite significant, especially considering that's about 6% of its roughly 12,900 person workforce. So that's a lot.
Just a couple. Just
So again, this
a
was back
couple.
on a week or a week ago. So again, it was that they reported again that they had major profits of, their games and just in general. That apparently they've reported earning approximately 7 billion US dollars, or about 9.4 billion, 9.47 billion if you're doing the Canadian conversion, in net revenue last year. Which, if you do the math, works out to about 5 billion in net profits. So actual money they keep after they've done all the deductions for taxes and payment purposes. Which is, quite a lot. The article goes on to say that this is an 18% year over year increase. Meanwhile, Wilson, the company's CEO, is pocketing at least 19.9 million of that for himself. At least that was last year. Who knows what he's going to get this year? And it seems he's not that pleased. It seems the shareholders aren't that pleased by it, as the article says, because the shareholders aren't exactly pleased with him taking such major bonuses. Which is again interesting, considering the SEC. Again, all said in the
Just
article.
a little bit of money for yourself.
Yeah, no. It's interesting that this is a company that axes a good chunk of their workforce. In fact, previously in the article, it mentions that this is also following about 200 of their Apex Legend QA testers that they axed last month. Not last month as in May, last month as in April. Or last month as in. I, not March, the month before March. I don't know why this is so complicated all of a sudden. My brain is not where it should be at the moment. But you get the point. The fact is that EA keeps axing a good chunk of their workforce and yet also reporting massive profits and then basically giving, well, in this case, their CEO pockets a good chunk of that change for himself. Not exactly the most altruistic CEO, is there? Is he? I don't know if there really is such a thing as an altruistic CEO,
Yeah,
but,
probably not to begin with
probably
in anyone
not.
cases, but
Nah, probably not. And it's interesting because the SEC reported, or the EA reported to the SEC, So basically, the people who are in charge of money in the states and taxes, that, or at least debt companies, that the medium employee income for 2022 was about 11,569 USD, which is nice, except for the fact that this also means that Wilson is making about 172 times more than those who work below him on average. So, you know, it's a lot of money.
Just a bit of moolah to go with it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see how that plays out. Like, you got the CEO who's clearly profiting a whole bunch of money while it's getting rid of a bunch of people. So yeah,
Yeah. This is again, it's not exactly a new thing in the industry, especially when it comes to EA. Like the shtick is, and I think even Activision does this on a few occasions, or have done this in the past, where basically to basically make the company appear profitable or more profitable, excuse me, than it already is, what they'll do is they'll basically axe a good chunk of the workforce to basically drive down costs. So instead of raising profits, they'll just drive down costs to kind of counterbalance things. And where's the first place they go to drive down costs? Well, obviously the workforce. So axing a good chunk of their workforce is just their method of ensuring that costs are low so that, they can report massive profit gains. Basically, hire employees, work them until they're no longer needed, and then promptly get rid of them.
yeah, that seems like a good couple of companies.
Which doesn't exactly scream altruism, does it? And like I said, and like also Justin said, it's not exactly helped by the fact that the CEO is basically taking massive chunks of that change for himself, which, as pointed out in the article, is not exactly is one of the reasons the shareholders, mind you, are not exactly happy with him because of the massive executive bonuses he wants to give himself. And let me just say, it's very bad when even the shareholders do not like you.
There's just a bit of problems going on if they're staring you down.
So it's not exactly the biggest news in the world, but it's still worth mentioning. This is just another one of the many scummy tactics that EA does these days. It's one of the reasons I really do not like them as a company these days. Like I like some of their subdivisions. Like I still like BioWare. People say what you will about the current BioWare. I still think they make decent products every now and then. I'm still looking forward to the next Dragon Age. But EA as a company? No. If Star Wars, not the Force, Star Wars Fallen Order, I think that's what it was. Yeah, taught us anything. It's that the only reason is that the only way EA makes a good game is when they have no say in it. So
Yeah, it
I don't
tends to
know,
go that way. When, like, the moment they get involved, something goes wrong.
more or less. So yeah,
Oh, well, yeah.
interestingly enough, yeah, interestingly enough, even Wilson himself, the aforementioned CEO, was harping on the success of FIFA 23 because of course he is. To be pacing to be the franchise's biggest title, as well as Apex Legend and, weirdly enough, The Sims. I didn't expect him to mention that one.
Well, The Sims always brings in a crowd, so.
Yeah. Despite being such an old game, I didn't expect it to be still so profitable. Maybe it's all the metric tons of DLC it has.
That's exactly it. That's like Exhibit A, The Sims 3.
Very true. I took a peek once long ago of like all the DLC there is for that game,
Like,
and it's just
so
lists on lists on lists.
and like some of the DLCs for The Sims 3 are like, why do I need this. This literally adds nothing of value.
I once remember reading an article where it's like, of all the games like female gamers, apparently The Sims is high up on that list. So I don't know. Maybe while the males play FIFA, the women play Sims. I don't know. That's just a guesstimation. So yeah, it's really interesting to see them be like, hey, all this profit, and then promptly axe half their workforce. Well, not half, about, like I said, 8%. So still sizable, though.
There you go.
Not exactly in the double digits, but still.
Still something.
Still something.
Well, there you go.
So yeah. Just thought we'd give that to you all. Again, shorter video this week, shorter content. We're a bit
Again,
busy as of this week, so
as I said in the stream a couple days ago, we're right at the tail end of this semester. Everything's gonna be a little off, timing wise and stuff. But
yeah.
Good
Next
chance
week
we might be able to get things out. So
yeah, we'll probably be able to get things out, just maybe not in the time frame we usually do next week, especially because that's when our exams are.
yes.
So we will see.
We'll
We
see what
might
we
do
can
shorter
but
content
the
for the next
most
week.
part, yeah.
We may or may not do shorter content for next week because of that. So, fair warning. But anyways, just thought you'd all should know that. And with that, yeah. Any final words before we sign off, Justin? My usual tirade against EA.
The Old Republic is being really interesting right now and lagging like really bad for some reason.
Are you sure that's not just your computer?
No, it's not. It's not, because I played it both last night and earlier today, and it was running perfectly smoothly. So, like, I bumped down my settings all the way to the bottom. Like, I had my settings all the way at like near max, and
now I'm
for
curious.
some reason now it's just not working. And I know it's not my computer because, like I said, I played it earlier.
Man, now I'm curious. I gotta look at that.
Yeah. So, yeah. Welcome to Lag Wars, the computer wars.
Lag wars, the computer wars has struck again.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe this just means the game is getting a rebound in popularity.
There's only 41 players on here, I think. Yeah, there's only 41 players on this instance. I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of servers, memory serves.
I guess. I mean, it is the long weekend, so there's that as well. So probably. Either way,
This is one game that I hope stays as long as Warcraft, because this is a good game. But anyways, so yeah, that's our news. Like I said,
EA news and interesting
tirade.
things that they do.
My tirade against my weekly tirade against EA whenever possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't trust EA. Moral of the story. Anyways, have a good week, everybody.
Also, say hello to the siege drone that decided to spawn in right beside me.
It's just appears.
How you doing?
Just material. Hello.